Who's in here? Ronan? Ronan, is that you?
Yes, it's in the middle. Hello.
Hello. What were we talking about earlier?
Oh, music.
Yeah, we were talking about your teacher there, right?
Oh, yes, Mr. Thomas.
Mr. Thomas, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. He even gave me his home phone number. You know,
Really?
yeah. I didn't know. I didn't really, to be honest. I'm like I said, I'm a kid. I don't know anything. I'm new
Correct.
on that stage, and he gives me this book and his phone number. It's like I didn't know what that meant. I thought, I mean, he does it to all the guys, girls, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't figure it out till later that he just saw potential in
Right.
who I am and what I can do. So yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's cool actually.
And you were what, 24, you were saying, Ron?
Yeah, about 24 years
24.
of age. Yeah, yeah, fresh out of the military. You know, well, after the military, I basically worked the summer right at a meat packing plant, and then well, I started in the fall.
Right.
I got out in May uh, of
I
that
had a,
year.
I was
Huh?
16. I had a summer job working at a plant making exercise bikes. You know, those stationary bikes?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I did
Oh,
that
cool.
in the summer. Have to contribute, give the old man the check there. Um, what did I do after that? Well, I was going through high school. After that, I got a job pumping gas after school. I did that for 3 years. Every other day I would work. So, like, I would go on a Monday after school, start around 4 o'clock up till 11 o'clock at night. I would be there by myself after about 6 o'clock. Everybody left the garage, the mechanics. There was two guys there, and I would take care of that business by myself. There was a lot of work involved. It wasn't just pumping gas. It was a full service gas station in the busy side of town, Brampton, the main street actually. I got to see a lot of action there. Yeah, so I would work the Monday, the Wednesday, and then Friday, and then I would go in on the Saturday in the afternoon because I'd work the Friday night, right? The other guy, he would work the Tuesday, the Thursday, and then the Saturday morning. And so we would switch. You know, it would be every other day, right? It was all right, man. I got to grow up there, man. From a young man into an adult pretty quickly in those 3 years.
No, it's
Uh,
like myself. You know, like, well, growing up, right? Like, well, obviously we've exchanged how our fathers were as well.
right,
Yours was master stonemason. My father was a general contractor. So, I mean, I didn't think it odd, right,
right,
that I knew how to build a house.
right,
You know, by the time I was 16, yeah, yeah, okay, like everybody knows how to do that. And I thought everybody knew that. I didn't know. Like I said, I'm a kid. I'm a kid. You know,
right.
well, I'm still naive to a
My
degree.
dad
But
was master carpenter as well.
well, you see, that's like most impressive. Most impressive. Myself, it's like, you know, it's like I worked. Well, if anything, in the summers we'd work,
Right,
right? We'd work with our father, you know,
right,
and like we didn't think much of it because we didn't know. We didn't know, but it was like odd to find out later on. Well, no, they didn't. Other kids didn't do that.
that's correct.
They
Yeah,
didn't go through those experiences. So I remember, well, kind of remember a couple of times where people were talking, and I was thinking, well, don't these people know? And then it struck me, oh, they don't know. It's
right,
different. It's
yeah,
different for these people. Their parents do different things than my parents do.
right,
So it was like oh, okay. Then after I got the idea, okay, fine, let's just move on, move along, no problems. And that was pretty good. I mean, learning experience because I I used to do everything myself up to some years ago when I just couldn't do it physically anymore.
Right. Yeah,
You
I know
know,
what you mean.
and it's like, well, that's pretty sad to me. It was
Yeah,
most humiliating. I that's the only word I can come up with right now.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Ronan.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right. We chatted about that.
Where
So
you wanna do something and you can't
yeah,
because of
yeah.
you
Oh
know
no, no, no.
you,
I made that mistake. I made plenty of those mistakes, right? Thinking, forget it, man. I'm just gonna. I feel
yeah,
okay. I'm gonna go through it, and then I'm on my back for a week.
yeah,
Just
exactly.
trying to
Yeah,
recover.
yeah. Like my old man, my friends would be, they'd grab their hockey sticks and they'd head over to the school, which was a block away, and play in the parking lot, behind the school, and just I knew they were having some fun over there. And here I am. I go to grab my hockey stick, and he's like, "Hey, where are you going?" "I'm going to play some hockey." "No, you're not. Got some work over here." What do you mean, got some work? "Yeah, you and your brother. I got some work over here. We're going to make some concrete, plant holders." "Oh, really? Yeah. What do you think that the cement and the rocks on the driveway is for?" He's telling me, right? I said, "Oh, okay. I see." Now I'm pissed off, right? Like I'm like 12 years old. My friends are having fun, and he sees the attitude in me, right? And he gives me the warning. Yeah. He says, shape up because it don't matter. You're not going to play hockey. You and your brother are going to be doing this. And he's got the mold already because you need a mold for that to make the cement concrete flower pots. And me and my brother got to work, and we got to make those flower pots for him. And what he did with them was he dug some holes in the front of the lawn, and he placed about one, two, three, four of those pots, and he put chains adjoining each pot, so it looked really nice. And then my mom, she put topsoil on the pots and put some flowers, and it looked really nice, by the time it was finished. But yeah, like my friends, they didn't have to worry about having work around the house to do, projects and stuff. But we did. My old man always had something for us to do.
Yeah, we used to. Well, you. I mean, obviously, where you are, it was ice hockey. To us, it was like
Yeah.
baseball. It was like
Right.
baseball, basketball. Well, my things were baseball, basketball, and swimming. You
Right.
know, I do recall. Like you in passing, you mentioned something about contribute to the family, right?
Right.
I'd get paid. I recall distinctly. I did it plenty of times. Right, getting paid. The old man it was big money, right? Well, obviously, he's providing everything else, but $2 an hour worked, all summer.
Right.
But work 40 hours, right? I'd get my $80, right? And
Yeah.
then I'd go up to my mom and, hey mom, I need 50 cents, and I found this piece of paper. Would you want to trade it? It's a $20 bill, right?
Yeah. Eh?
Yes, yes, yes. I think I can find something like that, And she
Yeah.
knew, the old tongue in cheek. She knew she caught on to the joke, right? So she
Right.
gave me 50 cents, and I give her $20, right? And then I'd
Right.
get on my bicycle, man, and there was a couple of kids down the block. They'd invite me, hey, man, let's go swimming. I was going to
Right
go
on.
anyway, so yeah, let's go, man. It's 50 cents, man. It would get me a quarter would get us into
Right.
the swimming pool, right? And
Yeah,
after
man.
we'd finished swimming, I distinctly recall there's a big grocery store there. Well, here it's
Yeah.
like a big chain. It's called HEB,
Right.
right? Uh, HE Butts. It's the name of the family, right? It's privately
Okay.
held. Privately held.
Yep.
But
Yep.
right behind that HEB on the main street, right? Ayers Street, Ayers, pronounced
Right.
here,
Airs. Yep.
Ayers, right?
Yep.
We'd finish and we'd go to that store, and then for a quarter, man, you could get this like I guess a quart of orange drink,
Okay.
an
Wow.
orange drink, and me and those guys we'd sit around, we'd go back to the pool, sit around, just chat, sip on
Oh
that,
yeah. Oh yeah.
and then we
Just
cruise
being
on
kids.
home. Oh yeah,
Just
it's
being
like
kids, man. I remember those days, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was simple times, so to
Yeah,
speak.
man.
I
Yeah, man.
mean, there's simple times today for many of the kids, but that's
Right.
what I remember. I mean, it was like a lot of fun. I mean, it was like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was clean fun, as they say.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you know,
And the sun was shining, right? The sun was shining.
oh, it was,
Got
yeah,
a
yeah.
little breeze going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure for you, right? It was
Right.
so cool when you get out there, man, on the ice. Get your stick going.
Oh yeah, man.
After that, you talk about what transpired during the game
Right.
and stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. Just
I, I, I got to share this story with you. My cousin Eddie, he was older, and we went to visit his mom, which was my mom's oldest sister. And Eddie was off to college, and my brother and I, we went inside. We were downstairs. We were visiting, um, and we seen a pair of old skates there and a pair of old hockey gloves. And I went up to my aunt and I said, "Do you think you can ask cousin Eddie if I can have those skates and those hockey gloves?" Right? We were just kids, eh? I was like, I don't know, 10 years old, eh? Not even, probably 9. No, I was 9. Yeah, I distinctly remember I was 9 years old, and she was so sweet. My aunt, her name was Olga, and she said, "Yeah, Joe, okay, I'll ask Eddie. I don't think he uses them anymore, anyway, but I'll ask him. Don't worry." And then, sure enough, the next, well, actually that night, I remember there was a game on, a hockey game, and I said to her, I said, "Do you mind if my brother and I we go and watch the hockey game in Eddie's room? If you can turn on the TV." And she was so sweet to us. She loved us, eh? We loved her. And she said, "Yeah, okay, you guys can go and watch the game there in Eddie's room." And so we went, sat in his bed, watched the game. It was the Boston Bruins against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that was the night that Daryl Sittler, the captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, he scored 6 goals, and he got something like 7 assists. Yeah, it's a record still today.
oh
Uh,
really?
I distinctly remember. Yeah, yeah. So the next time we visited, there she was. She had the skates in a bag and the gloves, and she said, "Yeah, yeah, your cousin Eddie said you guys can have it." And yeah, so we were grateful. We were just kids, man, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
innocent kids, 9 years old, man. We weren't harming anybody. Uh, so we grabbed the pair of skates. My older brother, he said that he went on the school trip skating. He said he was going to teach us how to skate, eh? We never skated before. We were new to the country. Nine, let's see, seven. I was only here 2 years, man, in Canada. So we went. The ice froze over. I think it was around January, in the middle of January. The ice froze over, so we went down the street, a couple of blocks from our house. There's a bridge and there's a creek there. It's a big creek. It's called the Etobicoke Creek, and it froze over. And so my older brother said, he was going to teach us how to skate. He gets on the ice. We laced on the I laced on the skates that my cousin Eddie gave us. My other brother just waited. He didn't have a pair of skates. We were going to try those skates one at a time. And my older brother, he was going to teach us how to skate. He had a pair of skates. Uh, he fell on his ass for a guy that was going to teach us how to skate. Not a very good teacher. I put on my cousin Eddie's skates. Of course, my ankles started to buckle. But after a couple of tries, it wasn't that hard. When you're a kid, uh, you know, you kind of learn pretty quickly. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and yeah, so I did that for a little bit. I took the skates off, and my other brother he's got the same size of foot. He's a couple years older than me. He put them on, and he went for a go. And so that's my story there with my cousin Eddie's skates.
So, it well, like I've never experienced skates, or skating
Right,
per se, right? But I can kind of, I can kind of equate it to
right.
like maybe uh, regular skates,
Oh,
four wheels, the four wheels. Yeah,
skating is awesome, man. Skating is awesome. Have you ever
yeah.
skated on ice,
Oh,
Ronan?
no, I don't know how to skate, but I'm talking about like roller skates. I can
Yeah,
kind of
roller.
equate it to
Right.
that, but not. I wouldn't know. I know
No, it's
I know the
uh,
mechanics are different, right? Because
right.
well, in ice skating, you're on a single blade, so the
Yeah,
left to right is more critical in terms of the ankle, right?
right.
Trying to hold that angle, so it really builds the calf muscles, the ankle
Yes, it
muscles,
does. Yeah, yeah,
But regular so-called four-wheel roller skates, right? Well, see, inlines weren't invented at the time,
right. That's correct,
right?
Ronan.
So because, I think it was like 10, 12 years ago that I first saw inline skates,
Okay,
four wheels
okay,
in a straight line. But
right.
the ones that I was on as a kid, a child, was well your standard, four corners configuration. So
Yes,
I
yes.
that's the closest I can equate it in my mind, right? But
Right.
I understand the mechanics are different slightly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very different. I wish I had inline skates when I was a kid, man. I would have been playing hockey all the time in the summer, man. Just buzzing by, but the regular ice hockey skating, yeah, man, it's such a thrill, man. You lace up a pair of skates and you get on a frozen piece of ice, and let me tell you, man, it's great, especially what they used to have was the arena. They used to have public skating. They still do. Where you go in the nighttime, like a Friday night, and they got a music going and stuff, and you take a girl or whatever, and you skate around the rink. Holding hands, whatever. It's really nice, man. You know how they do like roller skating, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they do the same thing with ice skating. Uh, you know, they have that public skating. It's called. Yeah. So in the early '80s, yeah, that's what was going on in my neck of the woods, so to speak. And vividly recall the song that was played a lot was "Take the Long Way Home" and the Logical song, Ronan, in the arena in the public skating.
What's that? Take the long way
Way
home.
home.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. Got it. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's
Yeah. You see how music we always remember something and attach it to
yeah.
music.
It takes you right back to where you were when you heard it. That's so cool. That's so cool. It's like I was in the military at the time, and I was stationed in Germany, right? And then
Right.
one of the they call them billets there, like the barracks. They call them billets. There's 3 stories.
How far were you
Anyway,
from Berlin? From
what's
Berlin.
that?
How far were you from Berlin?
Berlin. Okay, from where I was, Berlin was approximately 100 miles.
Okay.
It's
All right.
Germany itself is about the size of the state of Oregon. I don't know how
Okay.
big your state is, so I can't say in relation
Uh,
to the size
yeah,
how
Ontario's
big or
pretty big.
small it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember I was in my room doing something.
Right.
I think I was reading or something like that. And so one of the guys, knocks on the door and he comes in and says, "Hey man, yeah, there's a new Boston album out." I said, "Boston? Never heard of them, man. Hey man, come on over. We're going over to Shorty's room." This
All
this
right.
guy, his name was Shorty Anaya. Well, they
Yeah.
call him Shorty because he's kind of short, right? He's kind of short,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know, I think he was
Makes
5'2",
sense.
5'3". Anyway, so all the guys were there, and then I got in there, and then they had the album on, and I said, "Hey, can I get the album cover? Can I look at it?" Right, and I read everything on it, man. And that's the first time
I
remember
have
hearing
that album. I
it.
have that album.
Really, that's
Yeah.
impressive. That's impressive.
More than feeling that album.
Oh man, it is. Yeah, that's exactly the one I was
I
reading
have that
on.
album.
Oh yeah, I read the front and back, and it's like, man, that was so cool. Boston, man, that's where I was introduced to Boston in Germany.
Yeah, man. He's got the big beard going on. the singer in that album, man. Yeah, man. I remember the shit. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you, Ronan.
Oh no, no, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, it's like I enjoy listening to
Yeah,
your skill. Yeah,
it's got
I mean, you're the top. Let's face it, Jose de Mello. You're the rock historian here. So
well, it's got
I'd
the
rather listen
sleeve.
to you.
It's got the sleeve, and it has the lyrics and all that on that album. I remember it was a couple of summers ago. I was actually playing that and reading the lyrics and the whole story behind, you know, Dave Schultz. They're the guitar player. Really fascinating stuff, man. And that singer, that voice, that song will be around forever.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
all I gotta say.
it's
It's a
classic,
classic.
instant
You know,
classic, as they say.
when that song used to come on the radio, I mean, the first 5 6 seconds, you knew what it was.
Yep. Yep.
You
Right
know,
there. You know it. You know it. As soon as it happens, you know it. You know, sometimes,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well, people, I'm sure people that recognize the song so well, they know it at the first note, you know.
yeah, right away it would bring a nice warm feeling to you as soon as you started to hear it. That was my feeling anyway. Every time. That's all I want to say with that, Ron. I seen them up here, eh? Um,
Oh, really?
yeah, I
What,
seen them
what
up
year?
here.
What year? Do you
Let me
recall?
get my ticket. I'll tell you exactly. I think it was 2008. I seen Jackson Brown as well.
Oh man, Jackson Brown's cool.
Steve
Glad,
Miller, I seen him in '08, August 25th. Steve Miller band.
Steve Miller. That's another good one.
Roger Hodgson, I seen him in
Okay, yeah, you lost me there. Yeah,
oh,
tell me the name of the song, or give me some kind of
Roger
reference.
Hodgson. You don't know who Roger Hodgson is from Supertramp, the
Super. Oh
singer.
yeah, well, I know Supertramp. No, of course I don't know. Like I said, radio, DeMello, radio, Jose DeMello. You know, if I heard it on the radio, I got it.
Yeah, I know. Let me find it here. Here we are. July 26, 2012. It was a Thursday night, Ronan.
Yeah, Thursday night. Did you
Yeah, it
have
was
to
a
work
Thursday night.
Friday morning? Did you have to work Friday morning?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I took my friend to the show too, man. I had floors as usual.
did you say s'mores?
Floors. You know the seating. I was on the floors.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. No, usually, like, well, I haven't been to many concerts. I like to sit kind of like way to the back, right? Because I
The
tried a couple
sound.
of times
Yeah, the
close. Man, it
acoustics.
just hurts my ears.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, you know Gordon Lightfoot, right?
Who?
Gordon Lightfoot.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you could read my
My
mind,
mind,
yeah, that's a cool song. And
what a tale
The
my
Edmund
thoughts
Fitzgerald,
would tell.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
How about the other tune? Sundown, you'd
Yeah,
better take
take
care
care.
if I
Yeah,
find you've been creeping round my back stairs.
yeah, yeah.
Or the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, man.
That was a good story. That was a very good story.
Unbelievable story how he wrote that, eh?
Yeah, yeah, it's very good. I mean, you got the history of it all, and everything. The detail was there, so to speak. I mean, it's
Right,
not the general story, but it's really it put it into music like that. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a better history lesson sometimes.
right. I mean, what he did was he read a newspaper and he said, he got all the information, and then he put it into music, and the way he did it, as we're speaking, he honored each and every one of those 29 men. It's unbelievable, and the way he describes it, in the song, you know, uh, you totally get what happened to the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yep. The Lake Gitchigumi. You
Yeah,
know, I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known otherwise.
yeah, yeah. I seen Mr. Roger Daltrey, the singer of the Who, and he was there. I seen his show. When was that? That was November the 5th of '09. It was a Thursday night as well, and I was hearing the backup singer, the guitarist, the lead guitarist, and he was singing the backup right as he was doing the show. And I'm thinking, man, he sounds a bit like Pete Townsend, right? And
Yeah.
he's got these killer boots, like these Doc Martin boots, and he's just wearing some regular jeans. And this guy is killing it on the guitar, man, totally killing it on the lead guitar, Ronan. I was fucking impressed, man. And then Roger Daltrey, in the middle of the show, he starts talking to the crowd and stuff. Um, and he said a couple of vulgar words, which was cool. He was being himself, eh? And then he started to announce the musicians, the bass player and the drummer, and then he announced the lead guitarist, and this is Nigel Townsend. And then Townsend,
Townsend.
Townsend. Hey man, that's friggin' Pete Townsend's brother. No wonder he sounded a bit like Pete Townsend. It's his brother,
Yeah.
and he knew every lick, right? The Who songs that Daltrey was doing. No wonder the guy knew every lick. The guy's been playing them all his life. It's
Right.
his brother. It's his
Yep.
brother's licks. Yeah, so I thought I'd share that story with you, man.
Hey, Joel, you were talking about Jackson Brown. Check out the song These Days.
Is that a new one? Hey, how are you, buddy?
No, he wrote it when he was 16 years old, and Glenn Campbell and everybody else has redone it. But check it out. That
These days, I'm gonna write that down, man.
How he wrote that at 16 years old is beyond me, because it's basically something that a mid to later age person would write, like,
Right,
about their life. But he wrote it when he was 16. Unbelievable.
right on. Hey, nice to hear your voice, and nice to see your hair, man, buddy.
Yeah, man. Jackson Brown's also got a Dumble amplifier, and they're extremely rare. One of my favorite amplifiers of all time.
It's what'd you say the name of it is?
Howard Dumble built boutique
Dum-
amplifiers for,
Dumble.
yeah, he custom built amps for the player. He built one for Stevie Ray Vaughan, and
Okay.
shit, a bunch of people's got them, but they're real, it costs you about 10 or 20 grand to get one.
Wow.
I don't think he's building them anymore now, but everybody tries to copy his amps. He
Right.
did he did electronics in the military, and then got out and started building custom amps for players.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share a story with you guys about Jackson Brown. Uh, what's his name? Glenn Fry, in a documentary, says that when they were down there and they got together, they were starting off. Him and Don Henley. Um, he was looking for a place, a room, a little place to live. Um, what's his name? Glenn Fry. And so he found a place, and what's his name? Jackson Brown. He lived downstairs of this place, and he could hear Glenn Fry could hear him, in the morning, sometimes at nighttime, on the piano, playing the same friggin' chords. He was doing "Doctor, my eyes have seen the years." That's what he was working on,
Uh
and he
huh.
kept playing over and over and over. And Glenn Fry said, "Man, I was fucking going crazy, man. This guy kept playing the same shit. He would stop, and then he would go again. You know, it's quite a funny story the way he tells it. But I mean, just the genius in these people, right? It's fascinating, right?
It is. You don't. Uh, what was that?
I don't know. Crystal, hi, Crystal.
Oh, it's Crystal in here.
Yeah, yeah, Crystal's here.
Oh, okay. Well, now I know what's going on. She must have a built-in microphone on her iPad in the other part of the house, I guess. Can you talk on that thing, Crystal? All right. Oh, she's looking for headphones or some shit.
Yeah,
Damn,
you know, like
I didn't even know you could do that on that thing.
that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what he was working on. He was working on that song. You know, he was building it, and of course, you got to get the timing right. You know, on the chords and stuff, and he kept playing it over and over. Well, the guy was building a masterpiece, eh?
Well, you know, man, several things I want to say. In other words, if I ever had or was lucky enough to have ran up on a proper sponsor, or
Yeah, buddy.
I'll put it this way. I got out on the streets one time and I made up my freaking mind, no matter what, it wasn't never going to happen to me again.
Right. Okay,
So
I'm listening.
I look up to these guys that, you know, if you ever study
Yeah.
the stories behind like Leonard Skinner, them boys was eating just peanut butter sandwiches, man. That's,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
in order
Yeah,
to,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from, man.
But anyway, I just don't know if you'll ever get that caliber of musicians together in those fashions again. You know what I
Right.
mean?
They were so hungry, and yet they had this talent, and nothing was going to stop them.
It was just that era of time after the war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man.
It was the peace, love of America going
Yeah.
on, and there was a bunch of cultural movements going on.
Yeah, man. And things could have went either way, right?
Yeah, man.
I don't think this generation today knows that. You
Hey,
know,
what's up, Packy, man? Good to see you.
is he in here?
Yeah, I hope he stays in this time. I don't know how long he'll last. You know,
See, when I came over, you know, that was in '73. So, you know, uh, they left Vietnam when in '75.
Say that one more time, Joel.
They left Vietnam when in '75.
Wow, I can't remember, man.
Yeah, I think they pulled out around '74, late '74, '75.
I know they would have pulled out a lot sooner than that, but they killed Kennedy. That was in
Yeah.
That was in '63.
Yeah,
And
man.
and then they went back over there and shit when Lyndon Johnson got in
Yeah, man.
office.
Yeah. And that's what's been bothering me lately in my mind too is all this uncertainty that's going on today. Um, you know, I hope it doesn't lean, you know, into the way of, you know, this mass hysteria that will then lead into, you know, warfare there in the Middle East.
Yeah,
That's what really is on my mind. I don't want to see that happen.
you got that song written down by Jackson Brown.
Yeah, I wrote it down, man. Yeah.
Also, check out the version where Glenn Campbell sings that. Also,
Okay, man. You know, I'm a big Glenn Campbell fan too, eh?
uh, people can say what they want, man, but he was phenomenal in
He
so many
was
ways.
one of the best session guitarists of all time.
You know he's
Mr.
got
Glenn Campbell.
you know he's got Alzheimer's, and they got
Yeah,
him. They got him in a
yeah,
home in Nashville, Tennessee, right now, right?
yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah,
Or Tennessee. I don't know if it's Nashville or not.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah, and check out his daughters and his sons too, man. They're kicking
Yeah.
ass too.
Yeah, his daughter, she did that sweet song. She has the video where she's honoring her daddy. Yeah,
Yep,
man.
yep.
I am a lineman for the Wichita County.
No, man, it goes. No, that's two different songs. That no, I am a lineman for the county, and then it. Let's see,
Yeah.
and the Wichita lineman
Oh, that's
is
another one.
still on the line. Yeah, man. Those
Yeah,
were
man.
great tunes of its time. But he was just
Right.
a freaking phenomenal guitar player.
I know, man.
Him,
Everybody
him and
that
Roy
played with him.
Clark. Roy
Yeah.
Clark was
Yeah, man. From
never,
Yeehaw.
he never got his recognition, I didn't think.
I know, man. And you know, Roy Clark, he learned how to play the guitar by himself, man.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
And I'll tell
I
you
like.
another great player too, and that was
All
Jerry
right.
Reed.
Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed.
Yeah, man. You know, I do love some country, man. All right. There's some country that I really dig, man. But it's the old country. You know.
Yeah.
I really song that those four did together. Johnny Cash with Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson,
Oh yeah.
uh, the Highwaymen,
Oh yeah, man.
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Good old boys, eh?
Yep.
Don't forget, I'm a
Just some
country boy
good
too, eh?
old boys. You know
Eh?
your mama loved me. That was the song for what was the show?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard, correct.
I'm a country boy too. Don't you forget that, eh? I'm
Yeah,
a
I'm
country
I'm
boy.
blown away with your musical knowledge, man. You're damn well almost as good as me.
You're one hell of a. You're one.
No,
Hey,
I mean
listen.
your knowledge supersedes any of the areas of your knowledge blows me away because those are all the areas that I'm extremely weak in. Because my interests were taking me to different categories of all of those artists. So I didn't study the or know the shit, man. I was lucky to know the title of a song with the things that I was into. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just didn't capitalize on name titles or any of those things. I just learned the background of these people through the years.
Oh, you're a phenomenal guitar player, man. Are you kidding me?
Hey, man. If
I
I
dig. I dig your playing, man. I'm telling you, man.
We'll see what happens from all this shindig that just went down, but I'm trying to push to get the studio done so we hopefully Crystal can take the iPad out there and maybe give you I don't know, maybe a little video of a
Yeah,
live
listen, buddy,
performance or something.
take your time. I said that to you before. Take your time. Be patient. Don't let the white noise get to you. You know.
That's right. Is Packy still in? Let's see. Packy, you still in here, or did you run? Did you already leave, man?
Is he coming in?
Well, no, he was in the chat, but they took his wrench away because he kept saying
Oh,
he kept talking about that pedophile
oh,
shit.
oh, man. That's one nasty word, man.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah. I'm not
Yeah,
really.
we're
I
not
don't
going
know.
there, man.
I don't really know what all's there, so I'm kind of
Yeah, we're not going there, man.
not really sure what's going on there.
What do you think of Mick Taylor? Mick Taylor's playing, man.
Uh-oh. You're gonna have to inform me who that is.
Oh, he replaced Brian Jones. Rolling Stones, man.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Mick Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah, man. One of my favorites is Mr. Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck is freaking phenomenal and still is to this day. Have you
Yeah,
seen
man.
him? Have you seen him jamming with that chick bass player?
Yeah, man, I did.
Isn't she killer, man?
Oh, man. Man, I would love to go and see him
I'm
on tour with her, man.
I'm trying to remember her name. Can you remember her name?
I can't right now,
I don't
but
know why I'm thinking Suzanne, but it's not. It's anyway, she's killer.
yeah, I seen them perform, man. I was like,
Frizzy blonde hair.
yeah, my mouth just dropped, man. Not because she's beautiful, it's her bass playing, man.
She's phenomenal.
I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? You're doing that?
She's so phenomenal. Beck would just throw up his hands every now and then and just go, "You got to give it to her." You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, she is too much, man.
Yeah.
What a gift she's got. She worked hard at that, I can tell you, man.
Now Beck is one of those guys that does not run with commercialism.
Right?
He stays in the creative artist world completely.
Yeah, man. He's always been like that,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, he can do whatever, but I mean,
Right.
he does some real freaky shit too. He's kind of like Hendrix, man.
Yeah, I think he was probably influenced. I know he was Buddy Guy. Where Buddy Guy just
Oh
does his
yeah.
thing.
Yep.
BB King, the same kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
He just went and did his thing.
That's right.
Performed, did his art.
Yep.
And we can't forget Mr. Muddy Waters.
Muddy Waters.
Yeah, Mr. Albert King.
Absolutely.
Born under
Hey,
a bad sign.
Steven Seagal bought Albert King's Flying V, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure did. He's got it right now.
What a beautiful piece, man. Wow.
That's right. Steven Seagal finally, he came through here. A lot of my buddies that own music stores and stuff and run professional sound, they got pictures and everything when Steven Seagal was going from state to state and trying to learn how to play. Anyway,
yeah, I remember that.
He wasn't far from where I'm at right now, and they were having a big shit. He actually invited me up there, and I couldn't go, but he took a bunch of pictures. And the saying of the day was at that time. Now Steven Seagal's come out with some great stuff, and also he's got great equipment now, the old vintage Marshalls, and
cool.
So he's doing good. And he's come out with some really good stuff. Real good song by Steven Seagal is Better Man and Something Girl. Something Girl, but it's on YouTube. Really good songs.
Now, is that an original he did, Better Man?
Oh, he's got a few CDs out.
Really? I didn't know he had that talent.
Hey, man, check it out. It's on YouTube. Great. Hold on a minute. I want to find out the name of that other song. Hold tight.
Okay, bro.
Girl, It's All Right is the name of it.
Ooh, nice title. Girl, It's All Right.
You'll love it. You'll love the video behind it too, man. He spent a lot of time in Japan and everything. So
yeah, man.
So that the videos display that while he's singing.
Well, he's got Japanese in him, right? You know that, right?
He's also got a little bit of Russian in his bloodline.
Yeah, man. He's one big handsome man,
Yeah, he got most of it from me. I let him have a little bit of my looks.
Right. Yeah, I remember when he was a movie star.
Oh, he's still making a shit pot full of movies.
Yeah, man.
He's doing some real high order stuff now. Teaches martial arts in Russia and everywhere.
Right.
But yeah,
But
he's got
yeah,
great music. You'll love it. But anyway, I was gonna tell you. So this is back before he could hardly play very much,
right.
and the saying of the day at this shindig that went on here, the
Yep.
saying of the day, because Tony told me, Tony's the guy that's got all the pictures of them,
All right.
beside each other and everything. Tony told me, he said, yeah, the saying of the day was Steven Seagal can't really play that good, but who the fuck's gonna tell him?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You got a
But
chop
who
in the
the
head.
fuck is gonna tell him?
That's funny, man.
But he's gotten real good now, man. I mean, real good. He plays with his fingers. He doesn't use a pick very much.
Right. That's what I do, man. I pick with my fingers, man.
Yeah. But
But I'll be honest with you. When he started doing that, playing, and started the band thing, I seen him on TV and stuff, and I thought, oh, you know, this guy's too much. Give me a break. You can't play.
yeah, but now, man, he's gotten good now.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah,
I mean, if you have a passion, and you start to learn and stuff,
that's right.
that doesn't go away.
Yeah, his roots are the blues.
Right.
But check out Better Man and Girl, It's All Right.
Girl, it's all right. I gotta write that
It's on
down.
YouTube, man. Check it out. You'll like
Yeah,
it.
man.
You'll like it.
I like that. Girl, it's all right.
Yeah. He's got another one. Well, he's got a bunch of them. You can start checking them out, but those two are pretty good.
What was the first title you said?
Better Man.
Better Man.
Yeah, check them out. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I think what was that that band? They did Better Man. Yeah. They also
Well,
did
a lot of bands have a song. As a matter of
yeah.
fact, we've got a hit, what I consider a hit song that I wrote. So we got a song, Better Man, too.
Right.
I think all bands end up having a song
Yeah,
called Better
I hear
Man
you.
for some reason.
Yeah, I was remember I told you I was working on that song, Never Say Goodbye, and then I checked out
Never
a
say
title,
goodbye.
and sure enough, Bon Jovi's got that title on a song, and I thought,
Yeah.
Man, that sucks.
I did not like Bon Jovi's political stance this election year at all.
What was he on about?
He was supporting Hillary, man.
That's what I figured.
I,
Unbelievable.
I
Unbelievable.
that just means to me he's fucking disconnected with America.
Unbelievable. These people, man.
I'm telling you, man, it really pissed me off too, because I always liked his music. It's a shame. I wish I didn't even know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's like Ronan. He voted for Hillary, but that's why he's so upset about Trump. Damn, what the hell happened to Ray, man? He was supposed to be trying to get up here. Ray, man, where you at? Thank you. Thank you very much. Get your ass up here, Tudor.
Yeah, Tudor. Hey, Tudor, man.
I got this mic on, girl. You and me and my old friend. Yeah, I tell you, man, between him and Richie Sambora, tell me that wasn't a great sounding vocals.
Yeah, man. My neighbor's kid, he was younger than me, and man, I could hear him every morning. That friggin' Slippery When Wet album, he
Oh
would
yeah,
play that thing, man, over and over.
yeah.
Hey, hon.
Wow, is that you, Crystal?
Hey, Crystal,
Hey, Demella.
how are you?
Wow, did you find the mic and headphones or somewhere?
Yeah, I got a headphone here, but I have to stay away from you so there'll be no feedback.
That part's not good right there, Crystal. We need to hook up sometime. You married?
Yeah,
Damn it.
I
sorry.
thought that's funny. I thought I heard you right, man, when you said that.
Hey,
That's just too much, man. What a
hon.
player, eh? Crystal, he's a player, eh?
Yeah. Sing part of that This Day song, hon. I love that song.
What song?
Which one?
These days.
These days. Is that Bon Jovi?
No, the Glenn Campbell version.
Oh, the Glenn
Okay.
Campbell. Yeah, that is killer.
Sing it, hon.
Man, no, come on, Crystal. You know
Just a little bit.
I've been staying
Yeah,
up
come
all
on, man.
night. My voice is all crackly. You gonna mess me up? You gonna mess me up, sweet lips?
Come on now.
Just a little bit.
Come
These
on.
days, I sit and think about all the things that I forgot to do.
Go ahead, hon.
Come on, Crystal, sing it one time, baby. Okay?
I forgot the lyrics.
Here you go. I'll tell you the words. You ready?
No, you sing it. Come
No,
on now.
I ain't gonna do it.
Go on now.
Not right
She's
now. Don't
smart.
put me on the spot, Crystal.
Just a little.
Come
Two
on,
lines, 3 lines.
come on,
2 or
dog.
3 lines.
These
Should've-
days I sit and think about all the things that I forgot to do. That's it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, man, I got phlegm in my lungs from staying up all night. It's weather
Yeah.
change here, man. I'm all raspy.
I could hear it, man.
Yeah, man.
Now, Crystal, tell me something. You were there in 1985, right? Back home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get to watch on TV Live Aid, all those concerts?
No.
Oh, you didn't
85.
see it, eh?
Man, I was I was I was a kid.
Yeah. A friend of ours, actually, her name was Andrea, Filipina, very nice girl. She invited a whole bunch of us to her house. It was a beautiful summer day, and she had a big TV. She brought it outside, and we watched that Live Aid. A whole bunch of us. I was what? I was 17 at the time. 17? No, I was 18. Yeah, I was 18. I was 18 going on 19. That was 1985.
I think I was still in diapers.
Really? Wow. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. When Freddie Mercury and Queen came on stage
Yeah.
and how they got the crowd going. Madonna came on. Phil Collins played the drums. Led Zeppelin there. Jimmy Page, Robert Plant. U2 played.
Why did they? I can't remember. I think I saw a little bit of that on YouTube, but
It was
I can't remember.
for famine relief for Africa,
Oh,
Ethiopia, Ethiopia.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The guy that organized that was from the Boomtown Rats, the singer, Bob Geldof. He organized all that. He got all those musicians. Uh, he talked to all of them, and he made so many phone calls for them to contribute. Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
amazing. Pretty amazing.
I bet they raised a lot of money for Ethiopia.
Yeah, they did. They raised over $100 million at that time, and there was a
Wow.
lot of fraud, that went on over there. They would find that out after.
All right. I'm gonna get off here
Why?
because I can't. I'm on the iPad. I can't see the YouTube chat. Um, I'm
You have
gonna.
you have to see the YouTube chat.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah,
people that don't want to get in on the
right.
panel. But I'm just gonna mute for now.
Okay.
I guess I'll be right back.
All right.
You
I
can
like
still,
talking to you.
you can still hear, even though you're uh, when you pull up your YouTube chat. Can you still hear? You can still hear
Uh,
it.
I haven't tried that with the iPad. I'm not sure.
Okay. It was nice to meet you, Crystal.
Yeah,
Oh,
Crystal.
you too, buddy.
Yeah, Crystal.
You too, Zay. I'll talk to you all later.
Okay.
I thought you were much older, Crystal.
No, older than Buddy because Buddy's only 29.
Yeah, I'm only 28.
That's right, girl. You got it.
I
You
know
know,
you love to hear it.
Yes, I
Crystal.
do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I always speak from the heart. I think you know that by now. I'm gonna say this to you, Buddy. Should be so lucky to have you.
Uh, Thank you. And I'm lucky to have him too.
Right on.
I'm
Yeah.
luckier. I'm luckier though. Not too many people can actually put up with me, Joel. You know, I've had a really, like the music, for example. That's, I mean, I'm a lot more of an at-home guy now, but I mean,
Right.
it's hard to keep a relationship, man, with
Right.
the
But
lifestyle that I lead.
I want to say you guys were meant for each other, man.
But wow, man, thanks, Joel.
Yeah, we all have had a road up until this point, man. So I totally get it.
Oh yeah, man. I'm not hearing anything.
But I can only imagine your path down there, man. Dusty old country roads and stuff, man. I envision that in my mind, eh?
Yeah, it more well where I'm at right now, not as much. Life has moved on, and
Right.
but it used to be that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm referring to. Like, back then, like the 70s and stuff.
Oh hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I do.
Lots of
Uh,
farms and stuff.
yeah, I read about that on Wikipedia.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because you're only 29.
Exactly.
Me too, man. I read that on Wikipedia the other day. Yeah, I can only imagine, man. All those farms and stuff, man.
Oh yeah, and I still
You
have.
know,
There's still a lot of farms not far from here.
the salt of the earth is what I'm referring to, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, good, hard working people, honest people.
Yes.
You know, the Rolling Stones have a song, "The Salt of the Earth."
Yep. Yes, sir.
Uh,
Now, Joel, where did you say you were before your dad moved you guys to Canada?
uh, SAO Sound Miguel, Miguel, San Miguel Island,
Where,
Azores.
where the hell is it?
It's in the Atlantic Ocean. It's there's 9 islands, and
Wow.
it's an hour and 45 minutes from Lisbon by plane.
Okay.
There's a U.S. air base in Terceira Island. You
Okay.
guys have an air base there.
Yes.
Now, they built that base actually, around before World War II. Hitler, he had plans. He actually wanted to take over those islands for strategic
Right.
purposes.
I remember hearing about that.
Strategic purposes.
Hmm.
Very important. Yeah, they those islands were discovered in the 1500s by the Portuguese.
Uh-huh.
There was a time that the King of Spain and the King of Portugal, the world was divided, and the two of them, they sent their men in ships to discover the world.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a lot of old history there, man. Uh, we have castles in Portugal, the mainland, throughout Portugal. Uh, when you look at the Portuguese flag, it has the castles on the flag.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Huh.
Uh, some some of the best port wine comes from an area there called Porto. We make some fine wine.
Oh yeah. I always thought I might want to own a winery, but I was never sure.
Uh, a winery,
It takes a lot
of money takes a lot of money, man, and to
and
get return.
very strategic work. You got
But
to
not
stay
only the harvest, man. You know, if you have a bad season, you could get
right.
wiped out. You get
That's right.
wiped out, man.
Yep.
We have a good wine region here, uh, Niagara Falls area, Niagara Falls, Ontario.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a great wine region. The soil and the conditions there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember the Three Stooges?
Oh, I used to watch them all the time when we were
You
kids, man.
remember the Three Stooges? Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Slowly we turn, step by step, inch by inch, and we done it.
Uh,
I'll never forget that particular show, man.
yeah, man.
Niagara Falls.
You know what, man? You bring up Niagara Falls. I remember, man. We were kids. I think it was like, yeah, four cars, four different families. We all followed one another down Queen Elizabeth Way, going to Niagara Falls,
Uh-huh.
and we got there and stuff. A lot of people, it's a big attraction, man. And I always vividly remember always looking across towards you guys' side, America, man. Always fascinated by United States of America.
Uh-huh.
right across Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah.
There's America. Always fascinated by America.
It's just another day here, just like it is there, man.
No, I'm speaking in high regards.
Yeah. To me, America back then was the real America. Uh,
I know a bit.
I'm hoping a
I know.
lot of those
Yeah,
values will come back.
I know a bit about American history, man.
Yeah, it's still great here. Don't get me wrong. It's just these damn policies they've had. Half of America's out of work, and
I know, man.
factories everywhere just sitting there. It's just sad,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And
But
you know who's responsible, right?
oh yeah, I know all that stuff responsible for it. Now I didn't then when it started happening. I did not, but
Right.
I do now.
It's those damn robberies. Oh, but it's legal, right? So it's not called robbery. What do they call it?
Yep.
Voting with their dollars. Right.
Right.
That's what's going on. And the American people are not privy to exactly what's going on. Even though there was a bill passed to where all the lobbyists have to write down what they're lobbying and confess to who they're working for and all that stuff, but the American people aren't going to vote with their dollars because they believe in the ballot.
Yeah, I heard most of what Hank said. He's got a lot of background noise, but yeah, he's right. Are you talking about the bill that was just passed, Hank?
No, it was a bill passed after World War II or
Right.
during World War II. I think they were scared of the lobbyists from Germany keeping
Yeah.
America out of the war, so they passed a bill to where all the lobbyists had to basically register themselves as to who they work for, what they want done, and what they're lobbying for. Well, the American people can get this and vote against it, but every vote is $1, not the ballot. You vote with your dollars.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this too, Hank. Nobody that I ever met here in America ever even knew of lobbyists. Your everyday civilian here, they didn't even know what a fucking lobbyist was. To even vote for or against it, it was never presented to us.
Right.
And see, that's the problem. Because the people are ignorant, we need the truth because the truth will set us free. But
Yes.
we're not going against the lobbyists because we believe in the polls, we believe in the ballot. And the problem is that if there wasn't nothing to this lobbying thing, they wouldn't do it. But they spend all the money for the lobbyists because it works.
Yeah, with what's been going on here, that's for sure. But I'm just saying, it was a real kept quiet thing, Hank. Regular America didn't even know about it to vote for or against it. If you ever said lobbyist to anybody here, they'd say, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
Nobody here knew about that shit except for people that's into politics. Uh,
Exactly.
I'm just learning about it myself all these years later, being as I'm 29.
Right. And that's the truth. What you just said there, buddy.
Yeah, nobody knew what that shit
Yeah.
was. Special
Yeah.
interest groups, lobbyists.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
didn't even know it existed.
Right. A lobby. I didn't know what a lobbyist was. I knew you go in a building and there's a lobby.
That shit was kept real quiet.
And see, now
Lobbyist.
they got lobbyists and special interest groups in academia, and everyone, wants to think that science is impervious to greed and corruption.
Yeah.
But I got news for you: if there's a scientific lobby, guess what? There's corruption not too far from it.
Right.
You mean there's corruption before it? There's corruption before the lobbyists because
Right. Right.
they that's why they all got into that because
Exactly.
it's about lining their pockets and not making decisions for America or the American people.
That's right.
They don't, as long as, hey man, they cut a deal. That's it. They couldn't give a shit. And once again, all these people can say what they want, but nobody else was going to do anything about that.
Yeah.
Trump's trying to put a stop to that shit. Especially, he put a lifetime ban on foreign, lobbyists for foreign countries. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but a lifetime ban on that and a 5-year ban. In other words, they couldn't wait to get out of office because they make more money being a lobbyist.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, buddy. What did you think of that judge there in Washington making that decision about this immigration thing that
I have
Donald
not
Trump?
studied up on that. I've seen Ronan talk a little bit about it. I just barely heard about it at all, and I have
Right.
not looked into that.
Right.
I hear some judge stepped up and
Yep.
said something about it or did something.
Right.
About it.
And now the State Department is appealing that decision.
Right. Yeah, and as I say, I need to look into that a little bit more.
I know it's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
man.
I'm glad you brought that up because
Yeah.
actually you just reminded me. I meant to do that today.
Yeah, that's what I read today. That's the
Yeah.
story I read. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell
Quite
you right
interesting.
now. You might be surprised how smart the person that's in office really is now. He'll do
Yeah.
things. He'll do things just to see where the opposition is.
Right.
He's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. He didn't get to where he got to from being a dumbass.
Oh, we know this.
I'll give you that, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah, we know.
you don't manipulate all the media and use everything to your advantage unless you're one smart cookie.
Oh yeah. For the record, the day he announced he was running for president of the United States of America,
Yeah,
I was all Trump. I was all in, man. Myself
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
an older friend of mine, an Irish gentleman.
yeah.
Good friend.
I understand people's on an honest realm, not for all this concocted shit going on out there, but on an
Right.
honest realm, I can understand people rejecting him. But see, everybody's got a different walk of life. Everybody sees things differently. I understand that.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me and my life and where I've been in my life, I couldn't give a shit about him talking exactly right. I want to know, is he
Right.
real? For once, can we get somebody
Yeah.
real, bringing the real problems, addressing the real problems, getting some jobs back here in America, trade deals, every talking point he had, he really connected with. He calls them the forgotten, and that is so true because
Yeah.
all the blue collar workers in America, they feel forgotten, man.
Oh yeah, man.
I mean,
Left behind.
skilled labor / blue collar worker. That's what
Right.
it is. It's skilled labor, and all of those
Yeah.
jobs we're still up until now. But now, all of a sudden, the brakes have been put on. I see it coming back.
And it's not just the middle class, it's also the lower class too, because where I'm at in the lower class or in poverty, I depend on the middle class having money and ordering pizza and having enough
right.
money to tip.
Well said, Hank. I've seen
man.
a lot of CEOs lose their jobs, and it affects everything, man. It's
Yeah, man.
it's the regeneration money of America, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all of the middle class and the blue collar workers is really what keeps that economy popping. They're working from check to check, spending money on groceries. It's
Right.
and hopefully we can start making some products here to generate some in-house revenue for a change.
I mean, there's quite the divide now that's happening, and I've noticed here as well, where you have you have the wealthy, and before you had the middle class, you had the wealthy, and you had the lower class. Well, now there's a big divide where you have wealthy and you have working class. So what's happening is the middle class, they're slowly eroding into just working class.
Yeah, man, if I really let my emotions go, as I say, my walk of life, okay, and a lot of people didn't, they're used to polished president saying everything exactly right. And
Politically correct is the word. Politically correct.
yeah, but you know what, man? For me, the reason I get so emotional about it, I think these people that have sat their little ass in a chair and been comfortable all through this, the lucky ones.
Right.
I wish they would have experienced what all these other people have experienced. They might have a different opinion.
Right.
Wait until you go to plant after corporation after corporation, and you see all those people distraught, not knowing what they're going to do next.
Right.
And I've seen it so, God Almighty, man.
Wow.
I stayed depressed for the longest time after the early 90s, man. It just didn't make it. I mean, for your average person that doesn't know anything about politics or policies or, the large order things, which thank God that a lot of people do understand now because it got brought back to the people what was going on. But,
Right.
Man, your average everyday blue collar worker, they don't know a damn thing about that stuff. They just know all the companies are leaving and they're
Right.
trying to figure out why,
Yeah.
and a lot of it got blamed on NAFTA, but it was actually going on before NAFTA. But NAFTA was the big kicker that just really start. Hey, man, I'll never forget the meeting at a company I was at. The head guy, right before they passed NAFTA, they had tricked him too, and they made him believe. They made all these people believe, and they promoted all this stuff that was going to be great for America. Right after they got it signed, man, everybody realized it was all a fucking lie.
Wow.
And the next meeting he held, he was beating the top of the desk. He was mad as shit. And he said, I'll fight those son of a bitches in Washington until the day I freaking die. And he
Yeah,
did
man.
too. And he died in his condo in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, man.
But, so, these people can say what they want to, but nobody else was going to do anything about it except for Trump. So they're all full of shit. Nobody was going to bring any of these corporations and shit back. The corruption was going to continue on with Hillary. Bernie talked a good game, but he wasn't
Right.
he wasn't going to be able to do it because he's controlled his shit, man.
He's a spineless fuck, man. If you ask me, man.
He didn't stand his ground. He
crumbled. He crumbled in the end there,
he's
man.
part of the fucking problem. These
Yeah,
people,
man.
all these people that voted for Bernie, it all sounded good because they were going to, pay for all of the schooling for free is
Right.
why they voted for him.
Right.
He's going to make sure they all get all their schooling paid for. They going to go to school free and charge everybody else for it.
Man, he was selling a bill of goods, eh?
What kind of policy is that, man? I mean,
Right.
and if you're a young college kid and you don't know nothing about the country or how everything works,
Exactly.
fuck, you're going to vote for that. Yeah, damn right, man.
Fuck, yeah.
Because
Free
everybody,
education.
you're right.
Yeah.
So, but he's a spineless punk.
Yeah, man. I was not impressed with him in the
I
end,
don't even want to hear a fucking word he has to say anymore. I felt bad for the Bernie supporters when he did what he did.
Oh, I couldn't believe it, man.
I saw right through it the whole time. I knew he wasn't the real deal.
I've seen how he sat up there red-faced when Hillary went up to the podium there and was thanking all the Bernie supporters, all this fucking crap.
Yep. Just you
It was all red-faced, fucking spineless.
Yep. I'm
Old
glad to hear you
fucker.
say that. It makes me mad. But anyway, none of these issues were ever going to get addressed without Trump. Is he a perfect person? Never will be. But I thank God that we got somebody bringing the real
You
deal.
know, I'm telling you, man, when you see that, and that's the reason why a lot of people, they hate politicians, okay?
Exactly. We've been lied to for what?
All right?
Probably for shit, man. 60, 70, 80 years.
Right.
Or
I mean,
more. I mean, it's been longer than that.
I have a friend, buddy, and he's a truck driver. And back in 1998, we did a run. Actually, it ended up being a 24-hour run um, from the city. We headed up north, Ontario, to do these drops. He delivered interior doors for homes and exterior doors, eh?
Uh-huh.
And to these hardware stores, you know, some big names. To make long story short, um, I've known him since like grade 5, like we were best friends, eh? Him and I,
Uh-huh.
we still are today.
Right.
And we got talking. You know, it's a big drive. You know, you got a lot of time to talk about whatever. And I asked him. I said, you know, are you voting? Well, because there was an election coming up. And he said, vote? I don't vote. And I asked him. I said, why don't you vote, man? He said, what? These guys, they're all the same, man. You know, what are they gonna do? You're gonna do the same thing. I'm not gonna waste my time voting. So I said to him, I said, you know what? If everybody was to think like that and nobody voted, what do you think is going to happen? Nothing. There's going to be no change. So it's not really a good attitude.
That silent majority got real loud, didn't it?
Right.
They always
You know,
talked about the silent majority. It came out, by God.
right. So that's my point. Like I said to my buddy, I said, you know, there's countries that they wish they could vote, man. You know, and here you are. We live in a democracy, and you have a right to vote. And by the way, you were actually born here. I wasn't, uh, but I am Canadian citizen. I do have a right to vote.
Yeah.
That privilege.
Hey,
And here you are driving a truck, right? You work hard, and you know that they've been, you know, messing about with our money and doing, you know, whatever it is they do with their corruption, and you're not going to vote. He said,
I'll
no,
tell
I'm
you,
not going to vote.
yeah, and I'll tell you another thing that everybody that I know was sick and tired of. Everybody felt like they were watching after everybody else except for us.
Right.
And they were. That's exactly what they were doing because of the bigger plan we've talked about and everything.
Yeah.
And you know, look, man, the people just felt completely forgotten about. People were sick and tired of hearing about all this stuff about all of these illegals, dreams, and everything while we don't even have a job.
Yeah.
They were just sick and tired of hearing about it, man. And, you know, they wanted something done about it. And by God, they stood up. And that's why all your exit polls and all that shit was incorrect. See, that was all a farce.
That
And
was all made up, that crap. I know they were going to make up shit.
everybody was trying to go by the regular thing. But see, when the silent majority came out, you can hang those fucking exit polls up. They're not gonna mean shit. All right, I'll be right back, Joel. I gotta tuck somebody.
All right, buddy.
All right. These days. What the hell happened to Ray, man?
I don't know.
Damn, he was in here earlier. He was supposed to get up here. anyway, a lot of this protesting and stuff, it's still about the immigrants and stuff and all that stuff, you know. I didn't say that right. It's about, you know, the illegals and all that stuff, you know, that they've allowed to come over here. And now they want to holler, you know, they'll rip up their families, but nobody wanted to do anything about it all these years, you know, when they were flooding in here. Now everybody, you know, be honest with you, the American people's kind of tired of hearing about it. It shouldn't even be on the American people to deal with it if our politicians had done what they said that, you know, they had done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Obviously, they weren't doing their jobs. That's
Right.
quite obvious.
They've been telling us for years and years and
Right.
years the border's secure, and it
Right.
wasn't.
Okay. You want to know what I want to say with this, man?
They were
I mean,
denying it. I mean, they were denying
right.
it even existed to the American people.
I mean, this is the point I want to make. Like after 9/11, they set up that Homeland Security, right?
Right.
And how much money out of the budget? I'm not asking you for the figure. They spent a fortune on Homeland Security, you know, to secure all these airports and
Where'd the
all
money
that.
go? Where'd the money?
Right. Okay. They did all that, and they still have this Homeland Security, you know, agency.
Right.
And look at the poor job they've been doing. You know, if they were doing the
see,
proper job,
but
they
see, it
wouldn't
was
have
all
this
done
problem.
on purpose. It was all done on purpose.
Right.
They never meant to secure it. It's all been a farce, man.
Right.
And now everybody else is dealing with it and all emotional about it and protesting.
Right.
Look, it is what it is, man. But it's not even supposed to be for the American people to be debating or be worried or be concerned of, because it's not supposed to exist.
But it is what it is. It's there.
Yeah, all the way down
It's
to
a problem.
all the way down to the sanctuary cities. You'd never see anything done about that either if Trump didn't get elected. You'd never see anything done about that either.
You know, it's quite fascinating that you have an outside man come into politics and become the president of the United States of America.
Well, see,
Never been done.
he was directly connected to the blue collar worker.
Right.
See, that's what makes him so. That's why he won. He was connected with the real America of the real issues
Yeah.
going on, and he's
man.
not a politician. He's not going to lie about it. He's going
Right.
to. He brought the real issues forward to the people, and they freaking knew it was the truth too.
Yeah, but if you think about it, I mean, would you bet on a guy that's never been a politician to become the president of the United States of America? Some guy with no experience?
Well, he's always been directly involved, but never in office. You know, he's actually always been. You can watch videos. It's on YouTube of him talking to Congress and talking to the politicians, and just laughing in their face, saying, "What do you guys think you're doing?" You know.
Yeah, but as a private citizen, though.
As
As a businessman, yeah.
As a business buffoon, you know, asking them, you know,
Yeah.
You can watch the videos, man. He's always been, you know, telling them what the hell are you guys doing? Who the hell cut these deals?
Right, but he's never had a seat in office.
Correct.
That's what I'm saying.
Correct.
You know, everyone else that's become the president of the United States has had a seat.
I tell you, man, people are tired of those lying pieces of shit. That's, you know, when you elect somebody, you elect them to go in and you're supposed to be working for the American people in the country.
Right. Don't they put their hand on a Bible?
Yeah, man, but it's been so cool.
You know,
that don't mean nothing to those.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is they're supposed to be representing the people.
That's right.
When they put their hand on the Bible.
Yeah, but we haven't had that in forever and a day. It's all
probably since the 60s, early 60s.
I feel like we really lost the country completely in '63. That's
when John Fitzgerald Kennedy was assassinated.
The corruption was so deep even then. I mean, if you can pull off killing the president and doing a cover-up job, you've lost your country.
Edgar Hoover, man,
Right.
the head of CIA.
Oh yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, man.
Just so you know, Hoover lived 1 block away from my grandmother.
Wow.
So I know all about Hoover. I know all about him. My uncle was gonna work for him, and then when he went over there to meet with Hoover, and he saw that Hoover, he was a little on the funny side, right? He did
Right.
some real freaky shit,
Yeah,
and
he's a freaky dude.
yeah, and so my uncle went over there, and as soon as he saw what was going on in Hoover's house, he said, "I'm not interested in the job,
Oh yeah.
and I don't want anything to do with it."
Right. I don't want none of your freaky shit, man.
So
I
there
don't.
was
I
a
don't.
lot of people along the way that saw the corruption and
Yeah.
would not play part of it.
I don't blame your uncle, man.
Yep. And then my grandfather, he worked in the Smithsonian. And, well, all my uncles were directly involved with governmental offices in DC.
Smithsonian, eh?
Oh, yeah, he retired at the Smithsonian.
Cool, man.
Oh, yeah, I got all kinds of stuff from the Smithsonian Institute.
Neat, man.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in DC growing up, man. So I kind of, as a kid, I wasn't in politics, but boy, can I see the change. Unbelievable.
Wow, man. Um, my grandfather's brother, him and the wife, they lived in Massachusetts at the time when Kennedy was assassinated, and after that, they sold what they had there, and they went back home to San Miguel, where I'm from, and my dad actually fixed their house for them to get it ready. And the reason that they moved back home was they no longer felt safe about America.
Uh-huh.
They loved Kennedy, and they seen, that things were going to turn, bad. All that stuff was going on, and so they got on the plane and they went back home. And yeah, my dad had the house ready for them, and that's the house where I was born. Was my great uncle, which was my grandfather's brother, was
Uh-huh.
born in his home in that village. Right there. I was born inside the house. He had a black car downstairs in the carport that he had brought over from the States. I remember the car. I don't know what kind of car it was because I was a kid, but I vividly remember it, man.
Hey man, you remember the old Opel GTs?
Yeah, man.
That was a cool little fucker, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. I seen a little one, uh, September of 2015, down at International Center, close to the Toronto airport.
Uh-huh.
Every year there's an auction there, a car auction, classic car auction, old cars, you name it. Uh, it's a big outfit. I think they're called RM Auctions.
Yes.
Uh, they also do auctions in the States, Carolina, other places.
Uh-huh.
There was a little Opal there, man. I was actually checking it out, man. Seriously, I was thinking about bidding on it.
Yeah,
But
they
yeah,
looked like little miniature Corvettes.
yeah, man. I actually opened the door and I sat inside it, man. That little
Oh
Opal,
yeah,
man.
I've worked on a lot of those Opel GTs through the years.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I know them. I know them real well.
Yeah, man. They're neat little cars, man.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it was what it was for the times, but I just, they, I just used to like, I don't know, the muscle cars. They just had
Yeah,
good body lines on them and
yeah, man.
had a
So
little kick to
you
them.
like little cars, eh?
Well, I mean, I like all cars, just
Yeah,
from back then.
yeah. I had uh, back in 1990, I had a little MG midget.
I know all about the MG midgets.
Yeah, man.
I know all about the.
Man,
Which
I
was
love
the
that
one
car, man.
with the hatchback? That was the MG.
MGB.
That was the MGB. That's correct. Yeah, but it was an MGB slash something else with the hatchback.
Yeah, I think
Because the
MG
buddy of mine had 3 of those.
MGB probably A something, some
It
weird
was
name.
something like that. MG
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But the MGBs I liked a little bit better, but a lot of people had the midgets.
Yeah, man. I had fun with that thing, man.
They always had carburetor problems.
Yeah, mine didn't have a carburetor problem. Oh man, but I had fun with that.
Yeah,
But
the damn needle valve would stick on the damn because they had a British
yeah,
British carb on them.
but the thing was not that much horsepower, right? So when I'd come up a hill, like a steep hill, you know, the speedometer, you know, wouldn't move up, it would come a little bit down, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were kind of weak.
But it was a fun car, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you
summertime.
remember the days when the windshield wipers used to have vacuum operated windshield wipers?
No, I don't remember that. No,
And when you would accelerate, the wipers would slow down.
no, I don't remember that.
Yeah, all cars back in the 40s and 50s had the windshield wipers operated off vacuum. So when you would,
Okay,
so you get more vacuum as you let off the accelerator. But so
okay,
when you're going up a hill,
yeah,
that's why they switched over to electric. After
yeah.
that, when you're going up a hill and you push down on the accelerator, your windshield wipers would always slow down.
Oh, that sucked, eh? Okay, I just learned something new today, man.
Oh yeah, man. All of them used to have. Well, when wipers first started out, they were actually mechanical, and then some of the big buses and commercial vehicles, they put little vacuum motors on, there, and
Yeah.
then for quite a few years there. I forgot what year they actually got away from vacuum operated wipers, but yeah, and then it all went to electric.
And then 1997, I went to that auction. I was speaking to you about that Opel, right? Well,
Right.
that same place, the International Center. 1997, I bid on a Porsche, a 1973 914.
Oh yeah,
I
914.
yeah, I outbid everybody else that was there. I bought a nice little 914 Porsche.
Yep. The
a 70
expansion valves for the air conditioner on those 914s was in the trunk in the front.
Yeah, this one didn't have an air conditioner. Didn't even have a heater, to be honest. But I
Their
drove it
air
out of there.
conditioners were not real good. You were lucky to get them under 50, 55 degrees because of
Yeah,
the way
mine.
they were designed.
Yeah, mine didn't have an air conditioner, man.
Yeah. Well, and even the ones they started installing on the 914s didn't do a very good job.
Yeah, I drove it out of there after I paid for it, and in second gear, it was starting to make some weird noise, and it wouldn't go into third, eh?
Uh-huh.
So I figured it out right away. The transmission was gone on it, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So I located a transmission, some shop down the road. Some guy had that was his business, was selling Volkswagen and Porsche
Right.
parts. That's all he did, eh?
Right.
I picked up one for $1,500 a transmission.
That's not bad.
Which, yeah, I did that. My buddy, he's a mechanic. He's older than I am. I did it at his shop. I did it myself, man. I do all my mechanical work myself, eh?
Yeah. I wish I had a $5 bill for every clutch I've installed in my life.
I hear you, man.
I got a straight drive trike sitting out in the garage right now.
Yeah, I had some fun with that. I got like 3 speeding tickets with that thing.
Hey, can you pull up anything without messing up your signal too much? Can you pull up anything on
Yeah, what do you want me to pull up?
Google Elvis Presley's trike?
Trike? Okay.
Trike, Trike. and you'll see my trike that I have out in the garage.
Wow.
See it?
Wow, man.
Are you looking at the rainbow colored one?
Yeah, man.
That's the exact trike. I've put a different front end on mine.
Wow, man.
If you'll notice on that, well, they call it, okay, the only difference is Ed Roth got a hold of that trike and he customized it for Elvis. But that is my trike I have out in the garage, except I have my shifter in between right where my nuts are.
Okay.
Elvis Presley's shifter was down on the left side.
That is a beauty, man.
Yeah, that's what I got sitting out in the garage right now, bro.
You spoiled bugger, you.
Nah, it's just another project.
Cool, man. I'm just bugging you, man. Wow, that is nice, man.
Yeah, I got so I bought me and Crystal a were you ever aware of the Honda 250 Helixes?
No.
Well, you might want to look
see.
that. Anyway, I bought
wanna see.
Crystal the most rare one with a factory AM/FM radio on it.
Cool, man.
They're automatic belt driven 250cc scooters, but they're big.
Cool,
And,
man.
they got a big trunk on them and stuff. So
Right.
I bought two of those, and I wanted Crystal to ride the Blue Ridge Parkway with me,
Right.
and because it's what 400 and some miles long or whatever, or probably longer than that actually. But
Okay.
and she got scared and wouldn't do it, man. And I got her to ride her several times, but she didn't want to do it. So I said, okay, screw it then. I'll sell those and I'll buy a damn trike where you can sit behind me and we'll go ride the Blue Ridge Parkway. And
All right, man.
we've never made it yet because I with everything going on, I hadn't been able to finish it.
Well, you're gonna finish it, man.
I hope I do.
Hey, there's a place up here. It's just past a town called Barrie, Ontario,
Uh-huh.
and it's called Burrells Creek. Burll. No, it's one L-S Creek.
Uh-huh.
Burrells Creek.
Right.
And every year, it's a big property, man. The old guy that owns it, he has what do you call? It's like a big flea market in there. It's called what do you call it now? Like a swap meet, you know.
Uh-huh.
So you got all these vendors, man. Like I forget how many vendors. It's huge, man. Like it would take you probably all weekend to go through all the vendors and checking out all the stuff. It
Right.
has car parts,
Are you
bike
talking about
parts.
a swap meet?
Yeah, swap meet, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Man,
swap meets, man. I was addicted to swap meets.
man, that's why I'm telling you, buddy. Because I figured you're telling me about that trike and stuff. I'm figuring things out.
Yeah, what I did, I took the
Everything under the sun is there, man.
right. I took the if you'll notice on Elvis Presley's, he's got a double Springer chopper front forks on it.
Right.
I took those off and put a 1988 1100 Katana front end on mine.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know for a fact I spent $800 on just the machine work.
Right.
I updated the gooseneck from cup style bearings to radial needle bearings.
Right.
And so I spent $800 on just the machine work for the freaking gooseneck to make it all work. And
Well, it has to be done.
well, you know, the nose piece. So when you looked at that trike, you saw the nose piece where the headlight is up in there.
Yeah, man.
I think the top of my fender is going to be rubbing the bottom of that damn thing. Anytime you do custom work on something like this, man, you just try to determine things the best you can, and you run with it and see how well it's
Right.
going to work.
Right,
And
man. Yeah.
and so I love the front end. It looks fat as hell. It gives me dual disc brakes on the. So I've got two braking systems on this trike. So I have the
Cool, man.
regular Volkswagen brakes in the back on the
Yeah,
axle,
yeah,
and I've
yeah,
got
man.
I got a separate reservoir for the dual disc in the front.
Oh man,
So it's
can't
safe.
beat it.
It's safe as hell, man. You know,
Wow, man, that's a nice unit, man.
I've already done a lot of mechanical work. I still got to do. I got to finish up on the fiberglass work and
Yeah, man.
the paint, the custom paint work I wanted to get on it, upholstery, and
Okay, so you
figure
do
out.
your own body work too, right?
I used to. I did. I don't have time to do any of it anymore.
Yeah, I'm a body man myself, man.
I got everything here to do it with, but
Yeah,
I don't do it much anymore.
yeah, the resin and all that, eh?
Got it sitting out there right now.
Yeah, man.
I've already completely took all the gauges out of the dash.
Yeah,
Man, my plan for this thing, it'll be the sleekest, most custom looking trike you've ever set your eyes on,
right.
man. It'll look twice as good as Elvis's.
Short hair fiberglass, eh?
Yeah,
Man,
that's
I work with that stuff, man.
yeah. And they've got some green featherlight stuff that works real good now.
Yeah, that's the stuff I used in
Green
my cousin.
featherlight.
Yeah, green featherlight. I used that in my cousin's
Yeah,
truck, man.
it's real workable.
Yeah,
Actually,
man.
like it pretty good.
Yeah, it's very applicable, man. You just gotta work fast with it. Don't put too much hardener, you know.
That's right. Now, when I filled in the dashboard of this trike, because I wanted everything that was in the dashboard is now on your handlebars. So your turn signals, your speedometer, all that stuff, that's all on the handlebars. I've got a custom set. I could show you, but no, I won't.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
But I bought a custom set of billet handlebars and triple tree for it.
Right.
And anyway, man, I don't know what I even brought that subject up, but yeah, I got it sitting.
No, that's cool, man. That is so cool, man. That's right, man.
It goes on forever and a day. I've already done all this work to it, and I still got the body
how many of those were made?
Oh, this is a custom one that a set of brothers was at. I found this in a barn.
Right.
You know the girl Melissa that came in here earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Not too far from where she lives in Indiana is where I found that son of a bitch in a barn.
Wow. How did you stumble upon it?
Heard about it through the grapevine and saw it on a picture.
Cool, man.
I missed out on one. I missed out on one before my father died. And I begged him to help me get it because I was in a financial strap at the time. Right. And after my daddy passed, I got thinking about 4 years after my daddy died. I got to thinking about that damn thing, man. And I searched every other day for about 2 years and finally found that son of a bitch.
Wow. That is fucking cool, man.
Yeah, I don't want to let that go. Everything about that trike is me 100%.
Right on, man.
It's an air-cooled engine. If once I get done with it, man, it'll never break down. It'll never mess up. I have no water cooling system on it. It's all, it's a VW 1600 dual port engine.
Yeah, man. I know what that is.
But this is all custom done shit. This ain't no homemade.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't no. Yeah, it ain't no toy, man. Yeah.
In other words, it's been a proven design, is what I'm saying.
Right, man. And it'll be ready for the road, man. When you get it right, man.
Yeah, I drove it before I tore it down.
Right.
It's pretty damn cool, man. It rides
man.
Smooth.
How about when you sit on the seat? Is it a rough ride or what?
No, smooth as silk.
Yeah, those tires, eh? The back tires, eh?
It's smooth as silk. On the back of mine, I got a set of 50 series Goodyear tires on the back, man. Real wide.
Nice, man.
Yeah, 50s are wide as hell.
You get a lot of looks, eh? You're gonna get lots of looks when you get that thing on the road.
Yeah, I go out and pick me up some girls, man. Go out and pick me up some women.
You don't need to do that, man.
No, man, I'm happy. I'm just kidding.
I know you are.
Yeah, everybody around here knows I just joke and kid around. But yeah, we're supposed to ride the Blue Ridge Parkway if I can ever get done with the damn thing. So 2 people sit behind you and you sit low in the front. So 2 people can sit behind you. Ray of Sunshine, you still in here, man? Man, he's sorry as hell. He told me he was going to get up here, man. He's done passed out.
Is he?
I don't know. I see 10 people in here. He was in here earlier.
Hey, do you remember Jack Nicholson on the back of that fucking Hardy on Easy Riders?
Yes.
Remember that? That was so fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
Good movie, too.
Well, it was.
Yeah, I was talking to Beck earlier this morning. He was on here.
Yeah, his time frame over there is totally different from mine.
Yeah, 5 hours ahead.
Is it 5? Oh, yeah. I believe it is. Yeah, because Petra's is 5 hours ahead too, I think.
Yeah. That part of Europe, yeah, 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the TV turned on earlier. I had it on that news channel. I seen all those protesters walking about there in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know why? San Francisco is a fucking sanctuary city funded by the federal government.
Of course.
Getting ready to put a stop to that corrupt shit. That's why they're protesting. The corruption's come out of the woodwork. They're not getting their way anymore. I don't care what anybody says, man. It is what it is. A duck is a duck.
Yeah, man.
It's either, Ronan always talks about law and fact. Well, if he was so concerned about the laws, why is he not concerned about all that shit? It's all breaking the fucking law. That's the shit that pisses me off about these people. They talk out of one side of their mouth, and when it comes down to really, those laws have been in the books for a long time. We've been scammed, dude.
Yeah.
These laws have been around forever. They just been lying about it, lying about it.
Yeah. And nobody ends up in jail over
it. Well, and now you got pure chaos because the laws hadn't been followed.
Right.
That's why laws were designed, for Christ's sake.
Exactly.
These people are fucking lost, man.
These fucking people in power.
Then they want to call you a fucking racist, and you hate illegals and you hate immigrants.
Right.
And all this talking point spin bullshit. I want law and order. I want law. I want real law enforced.
Well,
real law.
That's why those laws are in place, right?
Mm-hmm. And I'm pissed off. See, they kept that shit real quiet too. I'm pissed off as hell after I found out where all my tax dollars has been going, federally funding these sanctuary cities.
Yeah, man.
You know what a sanctuary city is, right?
Explain it.
It's where all the fucking illegals go, and they're fucking protecting the shit out of them.
Right.
Going against federal law. Come here, we'll protect you while they're being funded by the federal government off our fucking money.
Wow.
It's corrupt as hell. And you damn right they're gonna protest. They're not getting a free ride anymore. And there's much more involved on the sanctuary cities than just that. But and everybody wants to say,
Well, you just educated me on a sanctuary city, man.
Oh, that's only one of the things that they're doing there that's corrupt as hell. Yeah, look it up, man. Read a little bit about it. It'll flip you out. It'll flip you out.
Wow, man.
Trump's getting ready to, if they don't do something about it. And so the crime is through the roof in these sanctuary cities, especially. I hadn't really looked at, which one's worse than the other.
Right.
But you have all these illegals just flying around, and they're getting federally funded by our own government, for Christ's sake. What the fuck?
Wow.
I mean, it's just all just whack, dude. It's just whack. I'm sick of it. And now you know why the American people feel like they've been forgotten. Really? In other words, who's protecting us? Who's helping us?
Man, I was listening to.
You got to make yourself strong before you help everybody else in the world. It's just kind of the way it works.
Right. A friend of mine.
They're just throwing us out the window.
Right. A friend of mine told me to listen to Michael Savage, Dr. Michael Savage. He's on satellite radio there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually in San Francisco, of all places.
Uh-huh.
And I started listening to him, I guess it was in June of last year.
Uh-huh.
And man, he was explaining things about Obama and all this stuff, eh? And
it's just
he
corrupt
really
as hell.
He opened my eyes, man, to what was going on down there.
God bless it. God bless it. That's the whole. See, that's what I'm so happy about. We're awake now, buddy. We just needed to know what was really going on, and now we do.
And he actually had Donald Trump on his program one day, man.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you, man, I think a lot of people opened up, a lot of Americans that tuned in to his program.
They tried to keep all that stuff that's been going on hush hush, and he brought it out. See.
Yeah, man.
That's why everybody thinks he's going to get killed. A lot. When it first started out, they're going, "Oh my God, he's talking about it. He's talking about it."
Right.
They didn't want nobody talking about that shit that's been going on.
I'm going to tell you this, man. On that election day, when they were trying to manipulate, those numbers, the percentages of, people were voting for Hillary, this and that,
Right.
I was like, man, don't tell me that they are so fucking corrupt that she's actually going to fucking win this election.
Well, just remember this. The American people have been suppressed. The middle class has been destroyed.
Yeah,
and the real things going on have been kept extremely quiet until this election year for a long time, Joel. So it's not the American people. They don't know. They didn't know. They knew it to be, but they didn't know,
the extent. They didn't know the,
I mean, if you're not in the politics, you're just not going to know those things.
Right.
And he brought it to the forefront and made it shine.
They didn't know the extent of what was going on.
Well, I heard talks all through the years. We kind of knew, but we didn't know. You can discuss it until the cows come home, but you gotta find out really what's going on. But even Ross Perot was telling everybody back when Al Gore and Clinton was going to sign that damn NAFTA thing in and all that stuff. He was sitting there telling. I knew it was a farce then. I knew it was not for America, even when they, when they were talking about it back then.
Yeah, I remember Ross Perot talking, man.
Oh yeah. It was all a lie, man. I mean, anybody with any common sense in business knew that fucking NAFTA was not for us.
Right.
I mean, it takes a common fool not to see it.
Yeah, man, we lost a lot of jobs too, man.
When you're elected into office, Joel, you hear all this spin talk. When you're elected into office, you're supposed to be watching after your people in your country.
Yeah, man.
First.
Of course.
Okay? And that's what every country is supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be watching out for their country and their people.
Yeah.
You don't watch after everybody else and fuck the country and fuck the people. And that's what's been going on here.
Right. They've been accepting these stuffed envelopes with fucking cash. And
they like to spin it and color it and reshape it and reform it and, blah, 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 blah.
They've been taking care of these lobbyists.
Yeah.
and all
If you
this
just
shit.
cut it down to the bottom line and look at it in a simple way, it ain't too hard to see what's going on.
Yeah, man. That NAFTA deal, we lost a lot of jobs, man, that went down to Mexico too, eh?
Yeah, they were already actually leaving before that, but NAFTA was the big kicker.
Yeah.
They had already squeezed for a number of different reasons, making it to where it was hard to, the Fair World Trade Act, import export,
Right.
corporate taxes. They were already stomping on them even before NAFTA. But when NAFTA got signed in, man, that just fucked it all up. That was one of the things that really kicked it out. Now you'll hear somebody else tell you different, but just tell me this: after NAFTA got signed in, why did they all leave? I'm sure there's other things in the mix also, but after NAFTA got signed in 92, Al Gore and Bill Clinton,
Yeah.
and when he signed that shit in, every CEO that I was aware of at every company was mad as hell. I'll never forget that era of time. I'll never forget it. So anybody that denies that, they're just lying to themselves. You come out of farming, manufacturing is flourishing for 40 years, and all of a sudden it can't operate anymore. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why.
So that was 25 years ago, eh? That deal, eh?
In 92 is when they signed it in, if I'm not mistaken. 91, 92, right in there somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. And then I watched people start losing their jobs, companies closing up left and right, man, in every state in America. Been going downhill ever since. Hopefully it's going to go back the other way now. Look how many years we've had to deal with all this corruption and bullshit.
Man, that's a long time, man.
That's a long fucking time, brother.
Yeah, brother.
And the corruption is, and the illegals and everything else that's, all about this election year. You damn right they're going to be protesting. They're not getting their fucking way. Look at the way Mexico's acting, because they've gotten away with taking advantage of us for so long.
Right. Yeah,
I'm
man.
not mad at any of them. I'm mad at our fucking government fucking allowing it. It's just like Trump said, who in the fuck made these deals?
Hey, we got illegals that came here from Mexico too, man. Okay.
Well, it's really, I tell you, man, it's not their fault though, Joel.
I'm not saying it is.
Well, I know, but it shouldn't. Look, these people that talk about, they like to follow the law and they're talking about facts. They're blowing smoke up your ass.
Yeah.
These fucking laws it's been on the books forever and a day, and they've not been enforced, and that's why we have all these fucking problems now. I've been told all my life through the news media here, our borders are secure. Don't worry about it. It's all, they don't know what they're talking about. Pouring in here by the thousands per day, man, for years and years and years. And there's nothing wrong with them wanting a better life. That's not what it's all about. You can't allow that. Go try to do it in their country and watch what happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
They got their border secure, but they don't want our border secure. Because
I'm with you on that, man.
Because they're all been taking advantage of us. But it's been allowed by our own corrupt people and shit. Yeah, I'm sick and damn tired of it.
But you know what gets me is that these elected officials have no one to answer to.
They do now. They're gonna watch it now.
It's time to set up a special commission and get these buggers, man.
Trumps. You just watch what happens. Joel, I don't want to talk about it, but just watch what happens.
I like to see that,
Well, you're seeing it, you're living it. It's happening as we speak. A lot of people don't like it. I love it to death.
Man. Enough of this fucking crap, man. What they've
Yeah,
done,
man,
man.
and I hope the other countries follow suit too.
You know,
They better get a hold of their countries too.
it turns my stomach when sometimes I turn on the TV and I see George W. Bush laughing it up, man.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I didn't ever really think that much of them, man. But it's
all the all,
look, man.
all the stuff that that guy did with Donald Rumsfeld and
Yeah,
Dick Cheney.
yeah. You know,
How come they weren't held accountable
yeah. You
for that?
just remember one thing that I told you. If you don't remember anything else,
What's that, buddy?
I've never been for either party. I'm about the truth, Joel.
Right.
So anybody that wants to talk about Republican or Democrat,
I know exactly what you're talking
they
about,
can
man.
have those talking points. You know,
Right.
I,
What they
I
stand
don't
for,
know what
what this party stands for, what that party stands for.
yeah, I don't.
I get you.
You can just call me an American that wants their damn country back. Uh,
Right.
this is all all been lies, and I'm just glad we're getting some truth out for a
What
change.
was the other party? Libertarian, was it?
Well, they got libertarian, they got Republican, Democrat, Independent, and then your conservatives. They
Yeah,
got,
but the other one that was running was the Libertarians,
yeah,
I
that
believe.
was what was his name? Gary or something.
Yeah. That was the name. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a real piece of work.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got the same thing here, man. We got the three-party system, and we have a Green Party, one seat.
Yeah, yeah, you can't run as an independent and win with all the corrupt shit that's in place.
Yeah, man.
Ain't no way.
But you know what, man? It was unbelievable to be alive and witness Donald Trump become the president of the United States, man. That I can tell you.
Yep. I have hope again. I have not had any hope for a long time. But yeah, man. Uh, you know, let's watch what the gets written down in history now. Of course, even that tries to get a spin job on it. But you can't hide progress and things, but so much because
No.
once it
Yeah.
actually exists, they can't deny it any longer. But they'll still try
Right.
to put it. It doesn't matter if what he
Right.
does, they're gonna put a spin on it because
Right. Try to put a black mark on it. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Let me ask you this: do you uh, Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump?
right.
You think it'd be good for America to be, a good
That
friend with Russia or not?
that's my feeling on it in the moment. There's no look, man. There's nothing wrong with getting along with world leaders.
Okay.
It's just that there's still what people don't want to talk about, Joel, in the media and all that stuff. There's a whole nother thing that has to happen, no matter whether you get along with them or not. They still have you. Nobody wants anybody to get nuclear shit. So there's still all kinds of things in place.
Right. Yeah.
He's just saying there's nothing wrong with getting along with them. That's not saying we're going to let them take advantage of her
No.
or
No.
I'm
No.
I'm for Russia. They'll spin that shit to death. There's nothing
Of
wrong with
course.
getting. Look. I know he used to be KGB and shit, but there's nothing. Look, times have moved on. I think people. I think
Yeah.
I think a lot of world leaders are wanting their sovereign nations back.
Right.
You know, they don't like this globalized bullshit going on.
Exactly, man.
But anyway,
Yeah. No. I think a world leader like the president of the United States. Yeah. It's important to get along with other world leaders.
I think so.
but stand your ground, of course.
Yeah.
Stand your ground. You're
Yeah.
representing the United States.
Yeah, I watched an interview with the what's up, Deez?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Hey, D's.
Hey, how's it going, Jose?
Going all right, man. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Good. Nice to.
I
Good
want to
hear
say
you, man.
just another day, another dollar, but the dollar turned into a 50-cent piece.
Oh,
Oh, it's all good, man. It ain't as bad as you think it is, buddy.
yeah, man.
Oh, it's getting better now.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
It's
Yeah,
all good. Yeah.
it's getting better now, bro. I'm starting to see good things happen.
Yeah, I hear you.
What you been up to, man?
Oh, just same old puttering around. I work a little here and there, sitting around more than I work. Same old story.
Yeah, I've been doing that a little bit here lately too myself, man.
I hear you. Yeah, you got to do it when you get old, man.
Yeah, I know, but I've been feeling guilty about it only being 29.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you finally reach that age, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I've actually kind of enjoyed it, right around Christmas. And of course, my life for quite some time now, I've had 24-hour care with a family member and stuff. So, life kind of centered in a different, a different phase of life for me.
Yeah, that's an added burden. I know you don't, you don't want to see it that way. I wouldn't see it that way. You're gonna do it because out of love, but it can be rough.
Yeah, and of course, yeah. So, yeah, it's I wouldn't have it any other way, but it redirected my life for a while. But hey, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, you can learn a lot from these experiences too.
Yes, sir. I feel like I'll put it to you this way, man. Some people believe in karma, some people believe in this and that. I just always try to do what I would want done to me.
Yeah, man.
And one day I'm gonna be looking in somebody's direction because I damn sure don't want to end up in a damn old folks home.
Yeah, there you go, man.
And,
Yeah, that's
you can only do so much planning, but when the physical and the mental part starts to go, you need somebody to help you, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, like you say, if you live your life trying to be, kind and caring to other people, it comes back.
Yeah, man.
I think so too, man. Treat others
Yeah,
as
D's.
you have them treat you. That's right.
Yeah, that's just the way of the universe, dude.
Yes, D's. Treat
That's
people the way
why.
you like to be treated, man.
Right.
So, buddy, check this out, man. Are you mad at the Federal Reserve?
I have not talked about the Federal Reserve yet, but I can tell you that I've heard about the Federal Reserve all my life. And I can tell you that when JFK was was president, I've got the bills here to prove it. He was doing away with the Federal Reserve and actually printed, I forgot how many millions or billions it was, but I have some of the bills here, and it does not have the Federal Reserve on it. A lot of people believe that the Federal Reserve is the head of the beast.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know how much money we pay them every day for interest?
I know the whole setup of the Federal Reserve as far as from the way that I've always thought. I've always felt like it was, you can say it different ways. I don't believe we should be paying our own government to fucking print. Why do we have to pay to print money for one thing?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what happens is when the government needs money, they don't borrow money from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve authorizes the U.S. Mint, a government entity, to print that money.
That's correct.
The U.S. government issues IOUs to the Federal Reserve, which are private banks.
That's correct.
Okay, the money is distributed through brokers and put out into the economy.
Right.
Now, why are we paying a private bank to print our money? I don't get that.
I'll put it to you this way without understanding every single element of it. Okay. I want to make that statement first. I do not understand every element of the Federal Reserve, but what I do feel I understand about it, I want it done away with.
Yeah, it's a money pit, man. We pay about 1.3 billion. Well, we don't pay it; we owe it in interest. $1.3 billion a day.
Yeah, and you know what scares me more than that, though? Have you ever watched the Federal Reserve in Congress talking to Congress?
No, I haven't. The only thing I've researched it a lot. You know, I haven't seen a lot on it. I've watched a couple of videos that showed me exactly what the Federal Reserve does.
Oh, it'll scare you to death if you. They got them on YouTube. Pull up some videos and watch the Federal Reserve talking to Congress. The head guy for the Federal Reserve, he's sitting there telling Congress he's not going to tell them shit, and Congress can't find out a fucking thing either.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean they've got us by the balls, man.
And every time they say, "I want to know where this money went," you know what they say? Well, there's no way for us to tell you that. We lent those monies out in a lot of different categories, but we can't tell you where or who.
Wow.
So it's untraceable. The Congress cannot even trace where the monies are going.
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.